What if I told you that courage isn't something you find, it's something you build in the small, unseen moments of your life? Welcome back, everyone. If part one was about finally facing fear, part two is about what comes next. The messy, beautiful work of building courage from the inside out. Let's get started. Welcome to the Catalyst Podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and you can catch us on all your favorite platforms. We're talking Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. You can also listen to our episodes on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and our home at Podbean. Folks, we want to hear from you. If you're interested in being a guest or a contributor, please reach out to us at catalystmotivationpodcast@gmail.com. That's catalystmotivationpodcast@gmail.com. Join the community today and be part of something truly transformative. Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 139, part 2, Building Courage. Okay, so let's start with the lie that we all believe, okay? Most people think that courage is a big cinematic moment, the burning bridge, the running into the fire kind of bravery, right? But modern leadership expert Simon Sinek reminds us, courage is not about being fearless. It's about being willing to act in spite of fear. Because we don't wait to feel brave and then move. We move, and courage grows from the movement. So today, let's talk about the movement, right? Well, let me tell you a story. There was a day recently when I had to give feedback to somebody I deeply respected. I mean, one of my heroes. And being able to know this person for 20 some odd years has just been such a pleasure in my life. So to give this feedback was really something that freaked me out. I mean, I practiced that. I rehearsed it. I paced it. I mentally rewrote the message 14 different ways. Finally, what I did was, hey, let's do this. I gave myself a 10-second countdown. 10 seconds to stop overthinking and start doing. And I went 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, I sent the message. Now, was I suddenly brave? Hell no. I was simply someone who stopped letting fear buy more time. Courage often begins in a 10-second window. Look at it this way. Think about courage as a muscle, right? You don't bench press 200 pounds in one day, do you? Maybe some of you do, but not all of us. You start off with something light. You might even start off with the bar. And in real life, that bar looks like speaking up at a meeting, pressing publish on a post, walking into a room where you know not a soul, saying I need help, taking the first class and not mastering it. Courage grows through reps. This reminds me of a moment in my life where everything I felt was so heavy, and I just didn't have the strength to do it on my own. It was too heavy for me to carry it by myself. But asking for help felt so much heavier. I'm sure you've experienced this too. Have you ever been like that? You want to ask for help, but asking for it feels like something that's going to end your life. Well, for me, there was this voice inside of me saying, "Hey, you should know how to fix this by yourself. You're strong, and you don't need anybody. Don't leave them alone. You're going to bother them." And these were all on my greatest hits self-talk for such a long time, until one day I finally picked up the phone and said the 4 words. I feel the emotion coming up in me now. I said the 4 words I've avoided for years. Can you help me? And I feel it now. I feel it rumbling in me. The craziest thing happened. Nothing exploded. No one judged me. The sky didn't crack open. The 7 demons of hell didn't show up. I didn't turn into a pillar of salt. Instead, help showed up. Sometimes courage is admitting that you can't do something alone. I know some of you out there have been that way, and you've feared asking for that help. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You're not alone out there. You aren't. I mean, I even have times now where I feel when something happens, like I'm alone, but you're not. And if you know somebody you see is struggling, don't be afraid to offer help. They may turn you down, they may get upset, but knowing that someone is willing to give help helps those people. It might help somebody look at something in a different way. You're not alone. You're not alone. If you need help, ask for it. It's probably going to be one of the toughest things you ever do in your life. And trust me, in my life, I've had to ask for help. And there's been times when I didn't ask for it. And I kicked myself in the pants for not asking. I'm sure you've been there too. But we can do it. We can do it. We can take the steps to ask for help. Oh, okay. So, I love Mel Robbins. I said it. I love Mel Robbins. The Let Them Theory is a life-changing book. My favorite quote from her is this one. You are one decision away from a completely different life. You are one decision away from a completely different life. Not a giant decision, one decision. One decision. Everyday courage lives in you choosing honesty, choosing vulnerability, choosing action, choosing growth, choosing the uncomfortable but necessary next step. And yes, every one of those choices will feel inconvenient because courage rarely shows up at a convenient time. So let's take a look at how courage works in your brain. Okay? Action reduces fear. Action reduces fear. Research from the University of Michigan found that fear decreases significantly, Jason. Fear decreases significantly once physical action begins. I have not ordered my new mouth from Amazon. It's coming in tomorrow. It's not here today. Maybe I should record tomorrow instead of today. Let's take it over. Research from the University of Michigan found that fear decreases significantly once physical action begins, even if the action is small. Courage becomes easier through repetition. Neuroscience calls this fear extinction. The brain learns that the feared action is actually safe. By doing that, courage rewires your confidence. Once we repeat this enough, our brains begin to associate discomfort with the capability instead of the danger. In other words, do the thing, fear shrinks, courage grows, confidence follows. And it's a cycle you can train. And you can do it. You can do it right now. Like right now. This very moment. Go ahead. Go ahead and do it. I'll wait. Go on. Did you try it? Well, good. Good for you. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. So let's do this. Let me give you one last real moment. There was a season during my cancer recovery where I felt stuck. You name it, emotionally, mentally, creatively. My courage felt like it was on life support. And I'll tell you exactly when it was. It was the day when I was taking some treatment. I was in Tampa. My cousin was with me, and I'd just come back from the treatment, and I was in the room, and I was on a call with the job I was working with, and we just got off the phone, and 5 minutes later, I get a call from the vice president of the company. And I thought he was calling about the thing we were discussing earlier, and it wasn't. It wasn't that at all. I got fired. And I was broken. And for a day or two, I didn't do anything. But after like 2 or 3 days, what I did is I made a quiet promise to myself. I said, every morning, starting today, I'm going to do one thing that scares me. I'm going to do one thing that terrifies me. I'm going to do one thing that just nudges me. One message, one step, one truth, one uncomfortable action. Getting up out of bed, walking outside, going and taking a walk maybe for 100 yards, or walking up and down stairs. Some days I nailed it. Some days I avoided it. But over time, something shifted. I started reacting differently. I started speaking differently. I started walking into opportunities that I would have backed away from before. Courage didn't show up all at once. It showed up one morning at a time. And every day I began to change my ways. Every day got a little bit better and a little bit better. Now, I wasn't fixed. In fact, I'm still not fixed. But I'm better than I was. And that's a win. That's a win no matter how you look at it. I'm sure you've had those times. Those moments where you just wanted to quit, but there's something inside you. There's something inside you that says, no, we're going to get up. We're going to keep going. We're going to take one more step. We're going to give it one more try. We're not going to give up on ourselves. And sometimes we try to push that voice down. That's your inner child. The inner child that you may have forgotten about. The inner child that's been hurt. It's been broken. Searching for love. And we ignore it. It's us. It's us as that little kid. We need to embrace it. We need to love that child. We need to react differently, speak differently. We need to stand in the gap. And each time we do that, we get better and better and better. It's time for you to love your inner child. Okay, so let's wrap this up with a simple, practical exercise that you can repeat every day. This mouth. What is going on with my slip-ups today? This is crazy, all right? So here it is. It's a practical exercise called the Daily Courage Builder, all right? So what I want you to do is this. Identify one small fear-based avoidance. One thing you've been putting off, not because it's hard, but because it's uncomfortable. Next, I want you to choose the smallest version of that action. Choose the smallest version of that action. Not the whole thing, not the perfect version, but the smallest step. Next, give yourself a 10-second countdown. Give yourself that 10-second countdown. And when you hit 1, send it, say it, start it, walk in. Hit the button. Take the step. Next, celebrate. Celebrate. Your brain needs the win. Reward reinforces courage. Finally, repeat tomorrow. Because courage is built through rhythm, not intensity. Courage isn't a mountain. Courage is one step forward every day. Every single day until the mountain doesn't scare you anymore. You don't need to be fearless. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to be willing. Because fear is the feeling. Courage is the choice. And your life changes with the choice. That's it for today, folks. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need it. Like and subscribe to our podcast for even more motivational content. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok for even more inspiration. And go snag a copy of The Ways of Compromise, out now. If you're looking for a book that stretches your thinking about your decisions, about your relationships, and how you navigate tough moments, this should be the next edition on your list. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 139 of the Catalyst Podcast. We look forward to seeing you next time for episode 141. Go be great.